Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Front Door Virtual Lottery for 2023. This is an exciting night for people who are watching from home on Facebook, YouTube, or on CTN. We're glad to have you with us. I know everybody's anxiously awaiting to see if their address is drawn from the bowl to see if they qualify to be a Front Door grant recipient. I'm Jennifer Anderson. I'm the communications manager for the City of Coon Rapids. I'm joined tonight by Joy Lang. She's a permit technician in the housing department. And we're really excited, aren't we, Joy? This is a big night for people.
Excited. I'm excited for other people to have the opportunity to use this program.
And you would know because you've used the program in the past. You live in Coon Rapids and you know firsthand the difference that the Front Door Grant program can make.
It really does. It can really beautify your neighborhood, and it's contagious. People tend to ask you about it, and pretty soon you see front door signs in your neighbor's front yards. So,
tell us a little bit about what your project entailed. I know that you found a great deal on a house, but it needed some love.
It did. We moved into this home that looked like it had a fortress across the front of it. And my husband is a do-it-yourselfer, and so together we redid all of the boards or all the planking with maintenance-free, and put on lovely metal railings, and added a set of steps and landscaping, and it just really changed the whole look of our home.
And ta-da, there it is. And it really does change the look. I mean, you must be so pleased with it.
I am.
And that extra boost of help from the city just goes that much further when you're trying to get the job done.
It felt like a little reward at the end.
Yeah, to get that back.
It did.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that's what we're hoping to provide for 80 recipients this year. We had nearly 300 applicants, so that's a lot of hopeful homeowners waiting to hear their address drawn. What's going to happen tonight is we're going to draw the addresses one at a time in batches of 20 up until we get to 80. And then we're going to draw 25 more, and those 25 addresses will be on our wait list. And surprisingly enough, Joy, you know just from doing the project, there's always unforeseen things. And not everybody makes it to the finish line, so that wait list is really important.
Sometimes it's materials, sometimes it's cash flow, that type of thing. And so if you're not a recipient this year because of unforeseen circumstances, you can always try again in the future.
Yep, and that wait list is very important. So what we're going to do is get right to it as soon as possible. First, there's some small introductions here to make. Who else we have with us tonight, Joy? We have Mike Gazelka and Al Hamill, our volunteers, who have so graciously offered to draw the names. If you have waited to hear your address before, you might recognize them. They've been our volunteers before. And Kyle Catterman from the Housing Department is also with us to record them. And that's an important step because once your address is read, it'll be recorded by Kyle. And then tomorrow and the following day, you will be contacted by the city in a variety of ways, through email, through letters, to make sure that you know that you have been chosen and that you can start that process. So without further ado, are you guys ready?
We are.
Okay, I hope you're ready at home if you're watching. Let's do it.
Okay, number one. Okay. And we're reading only the addresses, not people's names. Number one, the first one is 13050 Lily Street Northwest in Coon Rapids.
The second one is 1027 120th Lane Northwest.
The third is 10720 Grouse Street in Coon Rapids.
The next one is 216 Egret Boulevard Northwest.
Next, we have 10423 Eagle Street Northwest. Thank you.
Next one is 10115 Mississippi Boulevard.
The next address is 11941 El Dorado Street.
Next one is 12925 Lynette Street, Northwest.
Then we have 11553 Zion Street, Zion Street.
Next one is 2074 122nd Avenue, Northwest.
The next address is 11621 Heather Street, Northwest.
Next one is 11755 Norway Street, Northwest.
The next address is 3073 121st Avenue, Northwest.
Okay, dug deep for that one. 12423 Magnolia Street, Northwest.
Next one we have is 2438 South Heights Drive, Northwest.
Next one is 10125 Dogwood Street, Northwest.
Then we have 9748 Zilla Street, Northwest.
Stuck together. Okay, 3311 132nd Circle, Northwest.
The next address is 2220 110th Lane, Northwest.
And number 20 is 209 105th Lane, Northwest.
So we're going to take a pause at that point. So the first 20 recipients, congratulations if you heard your address called. Again, you will be contacted by the city in the next few days with your next steps. Hang tight. We've got a lot of tickets to still pull. I just wanted to mention on Facebook, if you're following along, go ahead and feel free to leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what you have to say. We have a couple already. Carla says, fingers crossed, and Teresa wanted to wish everybody good luck, and particularly herself. I'm sure she's hoping to win. So if you have a question, if you have a comment, if you're excited because you heard our address, your address called, let us know on our Facebook page. We're watching those comments and ready to engage. And if you're tuning in and you're not entirely sure what this is all about, well, Joy, you can help us with that a little bit. Explain what the Front Door Grant Program really is.
Well, the Front Door Grant Program is for your exterior projects. It's to help create curb appeal here in the city of Coon Rapids. The grant pays 15 to 25% of the project cost, so that's $1,000 to $5,000 in grant money. At this time, if you've been a recipient, you cannot reapply at this time. No, there are no income limits, and this year we're going to pull 80 grant recipients.
80
Plus.
grant recipients plus that wait list,
Plus
right?
the wait list.
Yep.
And believe me, people make it to the wait list all the time.
Yes, it's really a lucky place to be. You have to maybe wait a slight bit longer than the first 80 that were drawn for your turn, but that turn does come up because there are steps that need to be followed if you do hear your address and if you are drawn as a recipient. It is a grant program, and that is money that you're not expected to repay. It is a grant, a gift to you, but there are steps that need to be followed. So if you hear your address tonight, you'll be contacted, as I said, by the city to explain the next steps. But in general, what we're talking about is you need to start by getting your bids. There's paperwork to submit, and we have a lot of staff here at City Hall ready to answer your questions.
I'm here every day.
Answer your phone calls. It's a busy time after the names get drawn, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And don't hesitate to call because we'd rather help you out in the beginning and make it a smooth process for you.
prevent any hiccups right
Exactly.
from the get-go. That is
Exactly.
the goal. And there's a whole staff here who's trained to do this, and it's a
Exactly.
big part of what we do. We're very proud of this front door grant program. It's been a huge success.
It has, and it's really beautified our neighborhoods.
And it catches. It catches.
does.
It's like it's contagious. When you see your neighbor get this kind of fresh shine on, you just
Yep.
naturally want that at your home.
Well, and my next door neighbor was a recipient the year after I was, so.
See, it does
and Her
work.
house looked beautiful.
So who will be those recipients this year? We have 20 addresses down and many more to go. Let's draw our next 20 recipients. Back to our wonderful volunteers, Mike and Al. Take it away.
Okay, 1790, 122nd Circle, Northwest.
Right from the bottom of a jar, we have 300 120th Avenue Northwest.
— 11747 Norway Street, Northwest.
Another Zion, 11650 Zion Street Northwest.
11618 Yukon Street, Northwest.
350 123rd Circle Northwest.
'Kind of stuck shut. Okay, 11346 Uplander Street, Northwest.
10760 Hummingbird Street Northwest.
12045 Zia Street, Northwest.
Was that the Zion again?
No,
ZI?
Zia.
Oh, ZEA, okay. We're big on Z's here. 13220 Osage Street Northwest.
372 124th Lane, Northwest.
Oh, we're throwing them
Yeah, we're
around.
throwing them around.
10808 Thrush Street Northwest.
Well, this is the one that fell on the floor, so I'll take it. 2634 116th Avenue, Northwest.
Yeah, that's good to mention. If you happen to be watching and you see a slip kind of slide somewhere when don't worry, we always gather up any that might slip. You're back in the drawing. We don't want to miss anyone.
The next address is 11824 Olive Street Northwest.
2730 111th Avenue, Northwest.
Right from the bottom here. 11900 Crocus Street Northwest.
700 122nd Avenue, Northwest.
10554 Direct River Drive Northwest.
3335 118th Avenue, Northwest.
So here's the 40th. 12911 Crooked Lake Boulevard.
Joy, you were just mentioning as we're listening to these addresses, it's exciting to hear the variety of what's coming out of the bowl.
Yeah, some on the south end of town, the west end of town. I can tell by all the addresses that it's spread all the way across the city, so.
Which is the greatest impact. Exactly what we hope for is to really see front door grant recipients making a difference in a variety of neighborhoods.
Yes.
There is no income limit to participate in the program. We want to see housing stock that might be starting to show its age find a little new life.
Exactly.
And if your street starts to look a little nicer, it kind of puts everybody in that more optimistic point of view and sort of starts thinking about their own home.
Yes.
And speaking of which, let's see what some of these projects really can accomplish. We have a few before and afters to show you from the past year. We're going to start here with, we have a driveway that's showing some age and maybe some slightly dated garage doors. Joy, let's look at what this house turned into.
Well, it looks like they've put a paver driveway in,
It's beautiful.
and they've enlarged their garage door to a double garage versus the single. And they've put some beautiful brick facade on the front.
I love that
New
stonework.
lights.
Such a modern look to it.
Yes.
You know, I think I've spoken with this particular homeowner, and he mentioned the lights. You can't necessarily see this because it was a daytime picture, but he loves to come home after work when it's starting to be a little dark and to see those lights. It just puts a
like
whole new look on the home.
Coming home to a brand new house.
Yeah, how exciting. It's not the only one. We have another one to show you here. I think this was another one, the driveway is always a big thing, but this looks like a really kind of old and concrete, sort of broken up driveway that needed some love.
And some cedar that probably needed some love as
Yes.
well, and a brand new garage door.
Look how bright it is.
It is,
It's
a lot
so
brighter.
nice.
Can actually
Fresh driveway, a bright new door,
can actually see the front door. Beautiful.
new steps. That's great. It must be so fun to, drive up that driveway after seeing what it was and what it's become. But it's interesting. There are it's not just driveways, it's not just siding. There are a variety of ways in which you can choose to participate in the program. We mentioned before that there's 15%, up to 15% of the project cost you will receive a grant for, or up to 25%, and that is dependent on the type of project you do. There are some basic upgrades that you can choose to do, which garner up to 15% grant,
Right.
and then the beautification projects, which just take it to a slightly different level.
Exactly. And when you combine those two, you get a larger grant. And it just brings it all together.
And you get that much more money back to kind of help it all come together. There's one more picture we wanted to show that shows a different feature, which is, look at this.
Landscape.
Yeah, look at this yard. The landscape was really
Retaining
overgrown,
wall
falling
was
apart.
falling apart. Mm-hmm.
And it turned into just something really wonderful. I mean, look at the difference it makes. And those retaining walls can add up fast.
Yeah, and it's safer.
Yeah, oh, well,
It
I
looks
mean,
a lot
without
safer.
question. And that grant money can go a long way to make a project that's a little bit pricey, a little more attainable for people.
Right.
Well, we are going to get right back to the reason people are tuning in. Before we start to draw the next address, though, I do want to remind you, if you're watching at home and you hop on our Facebook page, send us a comment. Let us know what you're thinking, how you feel, and if you hear your address, we want to celebrate with you. So let us know in the comments on Facebook. We're going to throw it back to Mike and Al and let them draw the next batch of 20.
Okay, very good. So this is 41, number 41 is 985 117th Avenue Northwest.
The next one is 2948 108th Lane, Northwest.
Right off the bottom, we have 465 120th Lane Northwest.
I'll take right off the top. 12058 Quay Street, Northwest.
The next address is 2747 132nd Lane Northwest.
11730 Olive Street, Northwest.
13072 Arrowhead Street Northwest.
11925 Dogwood Street Northwest.
481 105th Avenue Northwest.
2090 110th Avenue Northwest.
10313 Thrush Street Northwest.
12434 Redwood Street Northwest.
11660 Juniper Street Northwest.
12004 Wedgewood Drive Northwest.
10134 Ibis Street Northwest.
Okay, this one jumped out of the bowl. 10541 Quinn Street Northwest.
11881 Silver Rod Street Northwest.
12250 Zia Street.
Oh, not another Z.
Another Z, yeah.
Popular tonight.
3001 117th Avenue Northwest.
And number 60, 944 89th Avenue Northwest.
All right, congrats to the addresses that were just drawn. An exciting night for you to start dreaming and planning of what's to come at your property. We have 20 more recipients still to draw who will be grant award winners this year, should they choose to pursue the project and bring it to completion. And then we still, as I said before, we're going to draw those 25 waitlist addresses as well, and many of them do get called up and have the opportunity. But before we get to that, if you're dreaming about what your project could be, or maybe you haven't applied this year, but you're thinking about next year, we have a place where you can get some ideas, right?
Yeah, this weekend is the 23rd Annual North Suburban Home Show up at the Andover Community Center. I happen to be on that committee, and it's a great day. People come out with their children, young and old, and there's things for the kids to do, but most of all, you can visit with all kinds of different contractors and different types of home improvement type vendors. If you're not looking to put new cabinets in, you can reface your cabinets. All kinds of things are available. We also have Ask an Architect. So if you want to meet with an architect for a 20-minute consultation, you sure can do that. You can sign up when you come to the show, or you can sign up on our website. So we're really excited about this Saturday. And this year we're giving away some great door prizes. We're drawing on the hour.
Oh,
So-
that's awesome. Lots of incentive to come and
Yes.
see what deals are there, what prizes you might take advantage of, but also just a great place to make connections with local companies, get the kind of creative juices flowing about
Yeah.
what is possible. This is, like you said, the 23rd annual, so they've been around this block a few
Yeah.
times and know how to put this expo together. The cities of Anoka, Andover, and Coon Rapids work together on this, and it is quite a great event.
It is.
And if you're watching at home and waiting to hear your address, or if your address has been called, let us know. Follow us on Facebook. City of Coon Rapids is our page, and we'd love to hear from you in the comments. I know Sheila was saying she is just waiting to hear her address. She has been trying for many years, so fingers crossed for you. Michelle is hoping for a new driveway, so she already knows where that money's going to go if she is drawn tonight. So we wish you guys luck, and if you're watching along, drop us a comment, and we'd love to hear from you. Let's go back to the next batch of drawings. So this is, we're at drawing number address 61, correct, Kyle? So now we're doing 61 through 80. This is the last batch of addresses that will be winners of the grant program this year. and then we'll do the wait list after that, all right?
Okay, number 61 is 12718 Uplander Street.
The next address is 10316 Xavier Street Northwest.
Next one is 10420 Ibis Street Northwest.
Well, I had an Ibis just before. So,
Yep.
Yeah. The next address is 112 108th Avenue Northwest, 112 108th.
Next one is 12001 Edelweiss Street.
The next address is 2730 131st Lane Northwest.
Next one is 13060 Arrowhead Street Northwest.
The next address is 365 123rd Avenue Northwest. That's up close to you.
2231 112th Lane Northwest.
The next address is 11561 Foley Boulevard Northwest.
Next one is 13277 Kildare Street.
The next address is 320 118th Avenue Northwest.
One 1435 Zavis Street Northwest.
Oh, another Z. 12032 ZEA Street Northwest.
551 Northdale Boulevard.
10431 Mississippi Boulevard Northwest.
There you go. Whoops. 12844 Raven Street Northwest.
9790 Larch Street Northwest.
11250 Crocus Street Northwest.
All right, here we go with our last one.
Is this 79 or is it 80?
Kyle, where are we at?
This will be number 80.
80.
This is it?
Okay. 3944 123rd Avenue Northwest.
Well, congratulations to our first 80 addresses drawn, who are the 2023 Front Door Grant Program recipients. This is very exciting for you. We can't wait to work with you. There is some excitement being shared on our social media. Joy, we have people celebrating on Facebook in the
Good.
comments. Gina was celebrating that she heard her address. Teresa was celebrating because she heard her address. And we should mention that normally there's a familiar face here that we don't see. Our housing program coordinator, Kristen DeGrand, is home with a little baby.
Yeah.
So this program's kind of her baby too,
It is.
but the new baby really gets to take
He's
precedent
a lot
tonight.
cuter than this, but.
Yes, so she's crossing her fingers and she'll be back after her leave to help as well. But in the meantime, we have lots of staff here who's ready to take your calls and questions and help move this project, your project forward now that you've heard your name drawn. Now, again, as we've mentioned, the wait list is important because there are many steps to be done before you can recoup that grant money. You have to be able to complete the project and provide the appropriate paperwork, and there's a lot of reasons, particularly in this climate, with, kind of surprising prices or supply and demand
Yes.
issues. It maybe doesn't always work out the way you hope. So that wait list that we're going to draw next is critical because we want to give as many homeowners these grants as we can each year. Joy, tell me a little bit about what these coming days and weeks look like in your department. It must be very, very busy as all these excited homeowners reach out.
It will be, because people will call and just kind of throw their projects up against the wall to see if it's something they're able to do, and we're happy to help you. We put you in touch with the planning department and just make sure that your dreams come true. Your projects are possible, so we want to help you get there.
And there's a very detailed checklist of
Yes.
steps that you need to go through. So now that we've drawn those names, the next step is in the coming days to wait for that letter to come, for the email, for the phone call from the city to help you start walking through those steps. You want to do things in the right order. You want to make sure all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted. And so there is a well thought out process to go through to be able to recoup that grant money. You'll learn more about that in the coming days if you've heard your address. But before we can go tonight, we have to fill that wait list, right?
We have to.
So we're going to draw 25 more addresses, and these addresses now that our volunteers are going to draw are our wait list recipients.
Okay, well, we'll begin.
First one is 11524 Jonquil Street, Northwest.
The next address is 11761 Foley Boulevard, Northwest.
Next one is 10641 Riverview Place, Northwest.
The next address is 10882 Thrush Street. So that's 10882 Thrush Street.
Next one is 1718 119th Avenue, Northwest.
The next address is 10748 Flora Street, Northwest.
Next one is 12076 Kumquat Street, Northwest.
The next address is 10140 Sycamore Street, Northwest.
Next one is 9967 Egret Boulevard, Northwest.
The next address is 11741 Juniper Street, Northwest.
1445 106th Avenue, Northwest.
2077 129th Avenue, Northwest.
Uh, 535 120th Lane, Northwest.
The next address is 12041 Ibis Street, Northwest.
11904 Wedgewood Drive, Northwest.
The next address is 11924 Olive Street, Northwest.
One 10856 Dahlia Street, Northwest.
2185 123rd Lane, Northwest.
Another neighbor.
Your neighborhood's getting better by the minute.
770 121st Avenue, Northwest.
11350 Cary Street, Northwest.
Ooh, we're down to the last 5 on the wait list. So again, if you're joining us late, we're drawing addresses right now for the wait list for the Front Door Grant Program. We have 5 addresses left.
Okay, the next 21 is 1410 98th Lane, Northwest.
Then the next address is 3211 131st Avenue Northwest.
Three six eight six, 114th Lane Northwest.
So we got two more. So 1656 128th Avenue Northwest.
Mix them up good.
We're gonna have a drum roll here.
Yeah, is this
Yeah.
the last one?
The last wait list of the year.
Okay, number 25 is 4131, 119th Avenue Northwest.
Congratulations to our waitlist recipients, and thank you very much to Al and Mike for joining us and providing the name drawing expertise. If you're watching at home and you maybe started the program late or you haven't been with us the whole time, don't worry. When this program is over, it'll be available to view on demand. You also will be contacted no matter what the status is of your application. If you applied this year to the Front Door Grant Program within about 48 hours, you will be contacted by the city. We will let you know if you were selected as a recipient, if you were selected as a waitlist alternate, or if you were not selected. If you were not selected, we invite you to apply again next year. We determine that on a year-to-year basis. So if we are able to make the grant program available again, you will be able to apply around the first of the year next year in 2024, and all of that information will be on our website. In the meantime, for those of you whose addresses were drawn, there's lots of exciting work to come. Those of you whose names were not drawn, there are many other programs in the city, particularly great housing and financial assistance programs that you can take advantage of, and one of these might be the right fit for you.
It might be. Just remember that your projects are possible because there are low interest loans, there's deferred loans, we have emergency deferred loans. So if you have a project that needs to be done on an emergency basis, that might be for you. CenterPoint on-bill loans. Homes for Generation 2, that's a little bit bigger program than the Front Door program, but if you have a bigger project on the interior and you want to do some exterior too, that one's a great one. New this year is the green homes. There's lots of rebates available for making your home more green, saving water, saving power, those types of things. Call Olivia over here at the City Hall and she'll help you out with those. And if you want more details on any of these programs, you can visit our website at www.coonrapidsmn.gov.
There's a lot of information available online. As we've said tonight, there are many staff members available to help you if you make a call. The low interest loans currently have rates at 2% and 4% depending on income. The deferred loan allows you to have, zero down, no monthly payments. There are a lot of different pieces that might fit differently for different homes. So let us help you determine if one of those is a good fit for you, and do some research online as well. As Joy said, coonrapidsmn.gov has all of that information, and each winter around the first of the year is when we post the new information about the next round of grants. And you mentioned Home for Generations 2, which has been around even longer than Front Door,
Right.
and has made a major impact to homes across the city.
really
These
has.
are large interior remodeling projects that
Or
are
additions.
or additions, room additions, things that move walls, change structure, add square footage. I think it's $35,000 and up. And there's some great assistance that can be had through that program, permit assistance and consultations that can be really valuable. It's made a big difference throughout the city.
It is. And whether you're using your own money or you want to do one of these loans, the nice thing is that these loans are 4%. That's great right now.
Yeah, better than ever, considering
2 to 4%,
Yeah,
so.
what the other options might be out there. Well, thank you again for joining us. Congrats to everybody whose addresses were drawn. We thank our volunteers for being with us tonight and helping us draw those names. And of course, we'll see you at the home show. Well, Joy, we'll see you at the,
I'll
home,
see you at the
show
home show.
just this weekend. So come on over to the Andover Community Center.
Yeah, we'd love to see you.
Thanks so much for joining us, and good luck to all the recipients as you move forward with your new projects.